Hi, this is Dave from Chef's Bonus. Today I'm going to be doing some steak tips on the Cuisinart Woodcreek. The first thing that I'm going to want to do here is crank this sucker up to sear and open it up. What I want to do is get the insert on here for the steaks. Got a nice patina on this. Put a little bit of oil, even though it says don't oil. I'm using frozen fries. I've never done this before, so I want to check it out and see if this is going to work. So I have steak tips. It's flap meat. Went to my butcher this morning. He didn't have whole flap, but he had already cut it all up. So usually I get a whole piece of flap meat and I marinate it, and then I cut it into tips myself. But since he had already had it done, I actually marinated the tips in some balsamic vinegar that I made, and that's it. It's pretty simple. It's balsamic vinegar, oil, and lemon juice, salt, pepper, and the vinaigrette that I made. And then I just got some frozen fries that I'm going to try to bake in here on sear. I'm going to give this a few minutes to heat up, and then we'll start at it. So we got lots of beautiful smoke going on here. You can hear the cicadas in the background. It's nothing like summertime. Steak tips. We're doing a steak frite. So I want to get these fries down first. They're going to take a little while to cook because I'm basically like baking them at a high temp, but searing them on the griddle plate as well. So I oiled that up. I'm going to lay these out as flat as I can. Let them cook. See if this works. These fries already have a little bit of a coating on them, so I'm not going to have to put any more oil on here, except for the little bit of oil that I put into the seasoned pan. And then once this is up to full sear, we'll put the steak tips on. So we're smoking away over here. We're at about, where were we at, 437. Pretty close to a high sear. These fries are getting some beautiful smoke on them right now. I'm gonna let them sit there for probably another 5 minutes before I flip them. If I need to add a little bit of oil, I'll determine that at that time. But for right now, I'm gonna come over and get these tips down. Again, this is flat meat. I used to be at the bottom cut. It used to be a top cut, but as steak has become more expensive, they go to different cuts. I prefer flat meat. You can use it for like tacos, all different types of things, but it makes a great steak tip. Leave the fat on the fat cap on. I just peel the sinew off, or have the butcher do that for you. Get these down. Rock out. One other thing I'm gonna do here. Another thing I'm going to do here is I have some ketchup and mustard and mayo. I'm going to add a little bit of black truffle sea salt to it. Don't knock until you try it. That's going to be for the fries, and you can dip the steak tips into them too at the end. Don't need a lot. Truffle's really strong. A little bit goes a long way, but if you're looking for a little uptick on your ketchup and condiment game, you can try this out. Just a quick stir, make sure it's all incorporated. Perfect little steak sauce and French fry dip. So here's where we're at. This went right back up to 505 kind of instantaneously. These fries are looking good. They're starting to really come together. So what I'm going to do to get a little more color on these steaks is move them over on the maybe I don't need to. I'd like to get them a little bit more charred. And I'd like the frites to bake a little bit more. So as I was saying, these have a grain. You want to cut across that grain. I'm going to start slicing these tips up. Fries are shut down. You can see them sizzling away over here. Just want to get my tips all cut up so we can eat them up. Cut along that grain and then cut across the grain. So there's my tips. Oh, these came out perfect. You know, sometimes I have these ideas and I'm just not sure if they're going to work out, but man, I'm happy when they work out. Put them right in that beautiful beef juice. There we go. Beautiful steak frites. I tell you, you got to try this truffle ketchup. Killer.